And it was an ordeal, man, trying to get down there 10 a.m. on a Saturday morning.
Oh, yeah.
That's earlier than we get up for the Track Stars music meeting.
Yeah, man. So, how y'all feeling?
Man, doing good, man. It's just been a week full of good stuff for us, man. We've been having the best time, man, interviewing folks, talking to people, getting good words, getting good feedback on our show.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Shout out to Sherrod White, gave me some great encouragement this week. Zarub gave me some great encouragement from Z180 and Rep the King magazine. Trying to bridge this community together, man. We haven't really been good at reaching out, not because we think anything of ourselves. We're just, for the most part, we're kind of shy. Let's just keep it real. So we've been trying to break out of our bubble, man, and talk to people and see how everybody thinks. So it's been good, man. Man,
I want to shout out to my man Devin Bennett, man, over in Parchman, Mississippi, man, listening to Track Stars. Gave us some good feedback on the show to our somewhat, I guess, boss. So that's always good, right?
Oh, yeah. Shout out to everybody listening on the FM signals, man. We do not forget about you guys. We appreciate you guys listening while you're driving or in your house or wherever, any kind of situation you may be in, man. We love the fact that you guys are listening. We'd love to hear from you if you can. Let us know how you like the show, how you heard about us, and all that kind of stuff. That would be awesome. All right, so today we kind of had a crazy idea. Of course, we got the Derek Minor interview coming up soon. That you guys, we picked the top 5 questions from online. So the people who asked us questions, we picked the top 5 out of those, and we did ask Derek Minor your questions as well. So since we're in this top 5 mood, we're going to be doing top 5s today. All right. So our new segment is called the top list. So it's going to be top, it don't even have to be 5. It could be 10, whatever we feel like. But top things, the Track Stars, this is either the top 5 reasons we think something is the way it is, top 5 movies we like, top 5 artists, whatever it is. It's going to be the top list. All right. So today we're going to do an interesting one. It's a 2-part top list. Yeah. The first one, the top 5 reasons why you should stay in Christian hip hop. This has been a hot topic, man. A lot of people saying they don't want to be labeled Christian hip hop anymore. They don't want to do this. They don't want to be part of that stigma of being in Christian hip hop. So, top 5 reasons why you should stay.
As an artist or as a fan or both?
As an artist.
Okay.
And then we're going to do the top 5 reasons you should leave. All right, so tune in. All right, so top 5 reasons you should stay. Maya, I may need you to read these because I did not check my email.
I know, I went and grabbed my phone like, snap, did he get my email?
No, I did not.
Okay, top 5 reasons. Number 5.
It's number 5.
All right, there's a committed audience / church backing when it comes to Christian hip hop. Y'all want to elaborate?
Yeah, okay, so number 5 reason we said is the community. Like when you're a Christian hip hop artist and you label yourself as such, there's an inherent audience that comes with that. There's people who want to hear it. There's churches that support it because they don't support secular hip hop. So if you label yourself as a Christian hip hop artist, you immediately put yourself in a pool of people that are trustworthy, you would say, right? So staying in Christian hip hop, I would say, that at least this subset of people are going to buy your album. If you get it on Track Stars, you get it on Jam the Hype, you get it on DJ Wado, you get it on DJ Will, you get it on Rapzilla, at least people are going to like what you're talking about because they're interested in hearing the Christian rap stuff, right? So that's number 5. What y'all think?
Yeah, I agree.
Thanks.
Yeah. No. I mean, I was there, so I do agree.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I remember seeing a website when it was a secular website, and then this guy was like, he was talking about Christian. They were talking about Christian rap. I think at the time they was talking about Lecrae, and it was like, and one guy was made the same. He's like, it's easy for Christian rappers because they got a church behind them. It's easy for them to get fans.
Yeah.
And I mean, to a certain extent, that's true. So the following is that's good. Like you can get a real good following and backing in Christian hip hop. So yeah.
All right. So I'm also monitoring Twitter. So if you want to weigh in with a reason you should stay as well, please tweet quickly because we going through this. What's number 4?
Number 4, Christian hip hop is a positive environment. What y'all think?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it is a positive environment. It's where you can let your children listen, and you don't have to worry about skipping or tell them to close their ears at any point. I mean, it's a positive environment. It's good music. So.
It all depends, though, on that. Because some parents, I mean, I did remember hearing Lecrae said that he don't let his kids hear all his songs, like certain songs that are more... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
stuff they probably don't want them to. He don't want to find out about until.
But it is more easier for your kids to listen to music that is positive and that is create a positive environment.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Especially going to your heart and stuff like that. So,
well, the reason I said environment when we're coming up with the list is, I mean, the environment you move in. Normally, of course, you would still be going out to secular events and things like that, but in general, we were just talking about the show Empire. I don't know if you saw that, but in general, the environment around Christian hip hop is a little safer than the environment that you'd be walking into if you label yourself a secular artist. Yeah. It moves a little differently. There's some ratchetness in Christian hip hop as well, but when we were at the Derek Minor video shoot, there wasn't no drugs, wasn't no drinking, nobody was cussing, nobody was shooting them off. Like, nothing was going on negative at the venue, and we were there all night. So I just mean the environment is a safer, more it's just a safer environment than if you were at the same type of video shoot for Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna be that nice. You know what I mean? And I've been in both environments, and it's not inherently a safe environment for you. Yeah. So that's just a natural reason. All right, what y'all think?
Yeah, that's true. That's good. That's good.
All right. Go ahead, Ryan.
All right, number 3, hypocrisy.
Yeah, you gotta explain this. That's why she handed you the phone.
So basically, I thought that. I mean, I've listened to a lot of Christian artists out there, and I mean, I think people would agree that are Christian artists themselves that we do a lot of bashing against the mainstream secular industry. And so, I mean, this is just coming from personal experience, because I used to manage somebody who did a lot of bashing against the secular industry, and now he's out there in that industry, you know, embracing it and going against everything that he ever said. So it's almost like you wonder if somebody comes back and hears your Christian album, and then they hear you out there in the world and you've changed your message.
Well, okay, let me defend some of this. We're not talking about somebody who's going to leave Christian hip hop and then start talking about secular things. We're talking about somebody who's going to be a Christian but is just going to leave Christian hip hop.
I don't think that's ever a safe or good idea, because like you just said, I mean, it's going back to the environment. I don't know. Like, I think that if they leave, they're going to leave and change their message. That's what I believe.
I just want to make sure this list ain't weak, because it's coming off a little weak to me. This top 5 list is going to sound a little weaker than the next one if this don't feel like really good reasons to stay in Christian hip-hop.
I think the best reason, like I said, I mean, I'm not going to go to number 1 just yet, but I don't think it's a weak list. You think it's a weak list?
I don't think so, but number 2 could be like, oh, okay, here's my ticket, I'm gone. You know what I mean? Number 2 could be
talking about the second part 2.
Yeah, I'm talking about part 2.
Okay.
Part 2 could be stronger, but at the same time, it all depends who you are, honestly. It all depends on your motives.
I mean, I have my reasons why I would never leave Christian hip hop. Yeah.
You like that?
No, it's so funny when that happens. Everybody just
like everybody just
that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, just in case you're confused and you're listening, AW Covenant is in the booth, and there's a little talkback button. He could talk in our ear. Every time it happens, it scares me. Ryan likes it, but everybody looks like they just completely froze. Yeah. Like we're a part of a Family Guy sketch, and they cut away, and we just in here waiting on it to finish.
Yes, that and the Amber Alerts.
Yeah, that's funny.
Anyway, so that's why we stopped talking. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's do number 2. Hopefully, it'll get better.
Okay, number 2. There's a greater sense of accountability in the Christian hip hop industry. What do y'all think?
Okay, and this is some of the reason why people don't want to stay. But
you and your business. Get out my business.
Accountability. This one is actually good because there is a inherent accountability that comes with when you say you're a Christian hip hop artist, to where if I see you doing something or I see you in an environment with no explanation, you will feel nervous just naturally, because you know you shouldn't be doing
we
this.
got the Track Stars radio show.
Especially if you see me. But no, we don't talk about
accountability is a big one for me because we went down to a conference, right? And we ran into D-Mob, and I shared a personal story with him about how I lost my dad and what it did to me, as a Christian in my faith and my walk. And before we parted ways that night, it was all of us in a circle praying. And that just doesn't really happen in a secular environment where you just see a bunch of people just get together and start praying and then keep in contact, exchange numbers, and it's always like, whatever you need, give me a call. I got you. I'll pray for you. That sort of thing. It's just accountability is different because you're not going home alone trying to fend for yourself. You've got brothers out there, sisters out there that are really praying for you and hoping that you get to where God has you. It's accountability through the music. It's accountability through the walk. It's accountability through even weaving your way through the industry.
I've been places where I'm coming out of gas station. Oh, yo, I seen you in Destinations, or I seen you on Track Stars or whatever. And it's like, where am I? Okay, right. Good. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because think about this. You coming out. What let's say you a Christian hip hop artist. You walking out the XXX, all night. Thick ladies at 3. And you coming out of that, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I was passing out roses to the... Really? So I'm just saying, like...
You could be part of that rose ministry.
Yeah. Which is possible. It's possible you could do that. But there's an inherent...
But make sure you have a group with you just to clean that up. Or accountability.
Or just send some ladies in there.
Yeah.
So... I'm just saying, it's just natural. Obviously, there's going to be people who are going to know that you do Christian hip hop, and if they see you in weird situations, they're going to be confused, and that's like just an extra nudge to get you to not do certain things. And it's just an extra level of accountability.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, that protects you. That's one of those things that, sometimes some people look at it as like, man, you in my business, you don't need to be in it. But it's a protection because at the end of the day, if I see Show Antenna coming out somewhere crazy, then all of a sudden start thinking, man, maybe Wado may come out somewhere crazy, or maybe this person may come. You know what I'm saying? Like those different dynamics is a fall for all of us. You know what I mean? So me being in your business is not a bad thing. It's me trying to help you so that you don't run away from anything that if you're like running away from things. You know what I mean? So yeah.
That's number 2.
Wait, like, why my name getting?
Why I gotta be in this?
All right, y'all. The number one reason why you should stay with Christian hip hop is because right now this genre is a major trailblazer. Tell me what y'all think.
Okay, so I think this one came up because it feels like some people, trying to emphasize those words, some people are leaving Christian hip hop because they don't want the anchor around their ankle holding them down from reaching new heights. And that's okay, but we do need some people to stick it out, and let's see where this thing can go. Because it feels right now like people are jumping ship to go into a mainstream world because it's more successful. Successful in many ways, monetarily, or more successful meaning there's more unsaved people you can reach, however you want to categorize it. Is it possible that if we stick with this Christian hip hop thing, that eventually we wouldn't need to cross over into mainstream, they would have to cross over into us? Is it possible?
Yeah, it's possible.
And there's people that are willing to go through the hard times where there's not a lot of money, there's not a lot of fanfare, there's not a lot of Grammys, and get it to where eventually one day they'll be asking us for favors, and Kendrick and all these other people will be wondering if they could do songs with us. Is that possible, and do we just need to wait it out and do the work to get it to where it's respected? Okay,
so what about somebody saying right now, like, what are they talking about? Trailblazers? Like, if I'm a rapper right now that's on the come up, I'm a Christian rapper on the come up, and I'm like, this ain't really, because we're still fighting with the battle. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're still doing an uphill battle.
Yep.
But because somebody could be like, man, that's not true. But it is true in the essence. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's just you're seeing it. You're seeing the people you're seeing people making strides. You're seeing people doing things to make this a trailblazer. If they're looking at us as if we don't think they are looking at us. They're looking at this subgenre, and it's like, and I say this all the time. Hip hop, quote unquote, hip hop is like our big brother, and it's looking at us like, y'all doing some things. I may look this way, because at the end of the day, the music is getting bad. The mainstream music is getting worse. It's getting bad, and now we got people that are legitimately good writers, good rappers. Production is getting there, and it's getting better, and it is a trailblazer thing. You know what I'm saying? So
again, I mentioned this concept a while back. It's the collective action problem that Christian hip hop has. It's a I guess it's a marketing term, I don't know. But basically, the fact that Christian hip hop has been bad for a long time. Even if it's good right now, people still remember when it's bad. And you don't have to just put out an album that's really good. You have to put out an album that covers up the years of bad. Yeah. That's hard to do. So people don't feel like going through the effort of not just making good music, but also making good music to replace the negative examples they've gotten. That's a lot of music to replace. So am I going to waste my whole career trying to prove to people that this Christian hip-hop genre is worth listening to? Or am I just going to do this myself and just go out there just like a normal artist and do the impact that I feel like doing on my own?
But see, the problem with that, I'm sorry, the problem with that is that I think that Christian artists think that they would have been able to go the same lane and get successful as quickly as they are in our genre, and they can't. And I just don't think that if you...
So are you saying
they're building
most of the Christian hip-hop artists in our genre aren't good enough to make it in the mainstream?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that they get an instant following in Christian hip-hop when you give them that lane. But when you're talking about coming in through the secular means, they're not going to sell an album. They're not going to get on the radio if they're not talking about trash. Trash is what sells right now. So if they come into our lane and they want to switch over, that's because they built their fan base or they got some kind of hype off of the Christian hip hop fans. That's how it is. That's how I see it. Anybody disagree? I dare you to disagree.
So you're basically saying that they're not gonna be successful based off the content?
No, I'm not saying that. Well, yeah, I'm saying that they're not gonna be checked for by the mainstream audience, target audience. They're not gonna be checking for that.
Okay.
We tried it. We've been through 107.9's doors with, winning.
But what I'm trying to say is that the people who are leaving this, they are trying to bust that door down.
They're trying to bust down a door that's already halfway open.
Okay, so wait, hold on. So we're saying Christian hip hop, and this is going to be probably another day topic. Are we saying Christian hip hop is trailblazing, or are we saying Christians who do hip hop is trailblazing?
That's what it is.
There's more people at the top of the list that are shedding the Christian hip hop title than are keeping it.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yes.
But to another discussion that was had earlier or at another time, that doesn't mean the world doesn't look at them as Christian artists. Right.
I mean, they are.
Lecrae won a Grammy, but it was for Christian. It was like gospel category. You know what I mean?
But now he's not.
Even though he shed the name.
Yeah, but now he's in the normal category.
But in the song that he is, being nominated for is one of his least preachy gospel songs on his whole album. It's the safest. It's the safest. It's the safest out of everything they could have, looked at.
But do you think people, whether they're in the gospel or Christian community or in the secular community, still look at him as a Christian artist?
We definitely look at him as a Christian artist. And when he wins the next Grammy, like he won the last Grammy, we're going to take credit for that too.
Well, here's the thing. We're not talking about stop being a Christian. We're talking about stop being associated with the genre Christian hip hop. It's not the same thing.
But what I'm saying is, I think a lot of our artists, not saying the ones at the top that already have their fan base, I'm saying a lot of our artists that would try to come up in that lane won't make it in that lane. it's such a bigger playing field.
So you're saying the reason they shouldn't is just because they won't make it?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That's what you just said.
No, I said I'm talking about the reason why I don't think they will, why they should leave our genre, or why they should have started off in another genre in the first place. That's what I'm saying. Y'all have to go back and hear what I said earlier. Basically, what I'm saying is you can't expect to build your fan base off the back of Christian fans and then switch over like they're going to embrace you in that genre. They're not.
They are though.
It depends on who you are.
But what he's saying is basically your fan base that you always had is going to support you. But he's saying that you're not going to make new fans like that, like in the mainstream, like somebody else who would just come out who will make new fans.
Yeah.
But majority of the time, it's like even if you get new fans, they're gonna have the same beliefs as you. They may just be opened up to it now than they was before.
All right, this is making me think of a whole nother topic we need to talk about, but we're not going to do that. Let's get back into it now. When we come back after the Derek Minor interview and entertainment report, we'll do the top 5 reasons why you should leave Christian hip hop. All right, you in the field with the track stars. Let's go.
This is that
brand new